There is a show, there is a show, there is a show we all love to go to. RobLynn Live tonight. There are two hosts, they are the most, I gotta say, they're not too shabby, they ain't crappy, it's a RobLynn Live right now. Updates, panels, info, fun, variety talk show, it's the one. Like ONPASSIVE, it's delicious, it's ONPASSIVE-licious. You can get anything that you want at Ashmore's restaurant. There is a show, there is a show, it is a show we all love to go to. RobLynn Live right now. Yeah. There is a show, there is a show, there is a show we all love to go to. RobLynn Live tonight. There are two hosts, they are the most, I gotta say, they're not too shabby, they ain't crappy, it's a RobLynn Live right now. Updates, panels, info, fun, variety talk show, it's the one. Like ONPASSIVE, it's delicious, it's ONPASSIVE-licious. You can get anything that you want at Ashmore's restaurant. There is a show, there is a show, it is the show we all love to go to. RobLynn Live right now. Yeah. There is a show, there is a show, there is a show we all love to go to. RobLynn Live tonight. There are two hosts, they are the most, I gotta say, they're not too shabby, they ain't crappy, it's a RobLynn Live right now. Updates, panels, info, fun, variety talk show, it's the one. Like ONPASSIVE, it's delicious, it's ONPASSIVE-licious. You can get anything that you want at Ashmore's restaurant. There is a show, there is a show, it is the show we all love to go to. RobLynn Live right now. Yeah.
All righty then. Welcome to day 168 in year 2 of 533. That's right. We didn't stutter. 533 RobLynn Live at night. RobLynn Live and Ollie.
No wonder dog.
Truer than true. Now, if you ain't in the club, meaning you ain't part of OES and ONPASSIVE, guess what? It's your lucky day, because Lynn Nakamoto has 2 domains, and here they come. RobLynnLive.com. You can just click on that, and away you go. You'll be able to sign in, get your very own O-mail, O-net, O-trim. Away you go. Now, if you don't like .com, you might like RobLynnLive.ai. If you want to really get snazzy, RobLynnLive.ai. Snazzaroo for sure. All right. Well, that'll get you the 3 free for thee and me. Then you're also eligible to get the wonderful product known as OConnect that is turning the video conferencing world on its head. Big time on its head. All right. 10 a.m. this morning brought you live with Marty and Robin and Chris. What's that guy's name? Chris Johnson, CJ. Yeah. All right. The captain himself.
He's still at the hospital.
Right. He had a setback last.
That was a blessing for him to have the collapsed lung while at the hospital. Can you imagine if he was driving? That would be bad.
That could. Time, of course, brought you Red and 60 update. Red did a bang-up job of doing an update. What he does is he reads from the OP360 update by Janet Butler, Dan Street, and Peter Schur, and of course Daryl Cook. And he does his own little paraphrasing. So in other words, he's able to embellish on that and make sense of it, because every now and then you read.
He's good at that.
Yes, he is. 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You guessed it. It was Straight Talk with Today's News Today with RobLynn and Ollie.
No wonder, Doc.
On this Tactful Thursday. Oh, Tactful Thursday. Guess what tonight's topic is?
In line with that.
It certainly is. So let's go to 8 p.m. Let's talk about tonight. What's going to happen tonight? It's 8 p.m. We're on the eastern side. We didn't make it to the southeastern side. Thank goodness. It's only 8:14 and 46 seconds. It's RobLynnLive and Ollie.
No wonder, Dog.
All right, all right, all right, all right. Could we have an up Periscope? All right. The RobLynnLive Network proudly presents, they're not so proud. They present the RobLynnLive and Ollie, the Wonder Dog, with our tonight's topic being what it takes to be tactful.
I love that topic.
What it takes to be tactful.
It's an interesting topic and something people don't really think about, right? So it's going to be a good topic to discuss.
It will be one for discussion for the ages, that's for sure. Now, here's what we do tonight. We are live streaming. We're coming to you live on OConnect. We are live streaming on the one and only YouTube channel that people love to go to, the RobLynnLive Network. So, stream the whole show, most of the show, right up until we have our trademark songs that come along. Yeah. And then we'll just click off and go right to the action.
I will have the presentation by my husband on the live stream, as well as the community time.
Ooh, doggies, that husband of yours. All right, all right, all right. So that'll be followed by community time, a couple of songs, and maybe, just maybe, a bit of sign, where we get a little sign language interpretation.
We have two folks coming. Will be Deborah Long and 𝗧𝗰𝗁. They will both be teaching, and maybe others too, but for sure two of them will be teaching us ASL tonight.
All right.
Lucky us. It'll be fun.
Fun. Now that Daddy took the T-Bird away. All right. Please pray for Ash and his lovely wife, 𝗧𝗰𝘁𝗳, their two sons, or boys, or young men, as they're known. Omar, the writer and author, and amazing stuff there. And, of course, Yusuf, who is training to be an astronaut at an early age. I think he's, what, 5, maybe 6? That's all. All right, and all right. Also, please send your love, light, and prayers out to those folks, such as Robin Noble, who's fighting a nasty situation, which she's going to overcome, we feel confident. And then you've got the one and only, the only Harold Fox. And Harold's fighting the C word. Oh, no, he's fighting a heart situation.
Tim Johnson, who I think Chris and Marty mentioned, is having liver issues. And Tim Dillon, who's having eye issues. Who else? There's so many needing prayers.
Right.
You know?
So send those prayers out, Pat Parent too,
still struggling.
and anyone else who's suffering from any kind of an illness or an accident, please. Now, did you want to add anything with 40 folks here, or do you want me to keep it on like Ayush says?
Keep on keeping on.
All right, we're going to move along. We're moving along right now. Please, please, please listen to these announcements. There is some value in these, and you haven't heard it till you've heard it from RobLynnLive, okay? You've heard it, but now you're going to really hear it because we're going to hammer it home. Please packed in there, and if you only just heard it cursory wise, in other words, didn't really have your listening ears on, you want to hear it again and maybe even again. And of course, you want to check out the recap, which is in the back office.
And the recording of Mr. Mufareh and the 𝗧𝗰𝘁𝗳𝘂𝗹 speaking are on my channel. It's on the RobLynnLive YouTube channel under videos. So it's just the part where Mufareh and the 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝗳𝘂𝗹, Ghazal, and Murad are speaking.
The three Muhammads, as Ash referred to them.
So definitely check out that recording on RobLynnLive YouTube channel.
All right. So thanks to Janet, Dan, and Daryl, as well as Peter, for providing those informative notes in the update section of the O Founders. So that's where you can find it. Just go there and find it. Migration without hesitation. We tell you this every night. We mean it. We're not kidding. Don't play games. Don't be left behind. You know, it'll be unintentional on Passive's part, but intentional on your part. So sign your NDA and the affiliate link. Check out the ONPASSIVE newest website. Check out the ONPASSIVE newest YouTube. Hop on an OConnect. You'll be glad you did, as you learn while you earn. And attend webinars and chats as time permits. Log into the OES and surf around. Check out the profile information and make any adjustments as you want. Okay? Subscribe to OConnect when you can. All right. We're getting down to the topic. Did you want to go 1 cow, 1 calf and a half, 1 cow, 1 calf and a half? I say 1 cow, 1 calf and a half. Can we get 44, 44, 44? I can't say, can we get 43 and a half, 43 and a half, 43 and a half? Can we get 43, 43, 43 going once, 43 going twice? Can we get 44, 44, 44? 1 cow, 1 calf and a half, 1 cow, 1 calf and a half. Here we go, here we go, here we go. And that's about all I'm going to do of the cow, calf, and a half for now. Okay. But I'll be back. All right. Let's talk tactful. Let's talk what it takes to be tactful. And, in announcements, I failed to mention, let's back the bus up for a moment. And this is like today's news today. It's important that you watch out for your O mail and your E mail, because that's where the instructions are going to come to you in how to follow through and get your withdrawal. Yes, most of you have already requested that withdrawal, and yes, we want to give it to you, but no, you can't have it unless you follow instructions.
True.
So please, please follow the instructions that will be included in the email.
So either one, right? Either O-mail or your alternate email, or both.
Could be both.
Check both.
Right.
Yeah. That's the only way you're going to know. So check daily. I would say maybe twice a day even, huh?
Or thrice.
Thrice a day.
Or thrice a day, 3 times. At any rate, just check it, because that's where the instructions are going to come from. You don't want to delay the withdrawals have been delayed enough. Let's be honest. So if you want the withdrawal and you want it real bad, follow the real good instructions that are going to come to you in that email, okay, or O-mail. We'll be doing it, so you do it too. All right. And I forgot to ask you, do you, RobLynnLive? I want to say it again from the highest bush right here on Park Boulevard. Do you, RobLynnLive? Come on now. I know you do. I know you want to. I know you want to scream it as loud as I do. Hallelujah. Do you, RobLynn, live? I say I do. Woo, doggies. All right. All right. Let's talk a little bit about how can you be tactical or tactful, I should say, not tactical. We know how you can be tactical. You can break out that M16, a carbine, and go hunting. But no, we're talking tactful, not tactical. So tactful. How about communicating effectively? That's a good way to be tactful.
Yeah, true.
And sensitivity in order to avoid offending others. You don't want to irritate your fellow ONPASSIVian or ONPASSIVian.
ONPASSIVian?
Global affiliate.
Okay.
Like Marty is. He says he's a global affiliate now.
Yeah.
So that's Marty. Okay, so in order to avoid offending others while still conveying your message, here are a few of the tips. We want to give you some tips on what to do about having the mindset of being tactful. Okay?
Right. Good skills to have, good knowledge to have.
You can spread it from the highest trees. Empathy. Let's talk empathy. Understanding others' feelings. Okay? Don't take it for granted what someone's feeling. Show a little empathy about what they're feeling, and know that their perspective is crucial. By being empathetic, your message can be tailor-made for any of considering others' emotions and concerns. And when we say tailor, we're talking Swifties. There should be quite a few Swifties in Las Vegas and Allegiant Stadium. So if you're anywhere in the area, you've got an extra $5,800. You can sit in the end zone for $5,800. Not too shabby.
Expensive.
Well, that's why you see me sitting here and going to listen to it on the radio, because I don't even have cable in this house anymore. So I'll be stuck listening to it on the radio unless I get an invite. Unless I get an invite from one of my children or grandchildren to come over and tune in to Super Bowl 57. 57 consecutive Super Bowls.
Oh, wow.
Without a miss. Without a miss. What's that guy jumping around? Okay. All right. Let's talk diplomacy. Okay. It involves finding common ground, because there is common ground with everyone. So you could be compromising. You could be maintaining a respectful tone. Either way, you will hang in there and be connected and be tactful. And that's what we're all about, being tactful. Sometimes not so much. All right. Diplomacy, it involves finding common ground, compromising, and maintaining a reflective tone. How often have you been out on the campaign trail and realized, A, you didn't have any toothpicks, B, you didn't have your toothbrush? Well, being diplomatic, you could ask for one in a nice way. Just be diplomatic. Compromising and maintaining a respectful tone. That's all anybody's asking. You don't have to go overboard. You don't have to melt us with your kindness. Just be considerate.
Yeah.
And consideration, always consider how your words or your actions may be perceived. There's always room for adjusting. Okay? You can blurt one thing out and it means something to you and something else to someone in India. So it's a good idea to be clear. Be clear on what you say. With tactful means being sensitivity. It's okay to be sensitive, and it's okay to be super sensitive if you want. Okay? Because others' opinions, even if you disagree, are always used to communicate clearly and concisely.
Okay.
All right? Then there's timing. Get a load of this. Timing. They say timing is everything. Okay? Well, timing, trying to choose the right time and the right place when addressing sensitive issues, knowing when it's appropriate to have those citizen conversations, and when it's next to wait for whatever comes our way. Okay, it's a more opportune time as time goes on. That's timing. Timing is a good thing. Let's move along. Talk about clarity. It's okay. It's important when you're being tactful to be clear. However, it's also important to be clear and direct. If you've got a point to make, don't nimby-damby around, or namby-pamby around, or whatever you want to call it. Namby-pamby. Hey, it's a namby-pamby day. Avoid direct contact with someone else who's going to be ambiguous. And ambiguity can ruin relationships bigger than big. So let's talk a little about respect. Let's talk a little about ambiguity. Well, respect others' opinions, even if you disagree. It's okay. You don't have to kiss the tushy of your neighbor. You don't have to go overboard being gushy. Just be yourself and respect others.
Be sincere, right? You don't want to be
Sincere
fake.
and respect.
If you're fake, people will pick up on it. Right? You know what I mean?
I do. Yes, I do, ma'am. I do. I think. Are you from Savannah, Georgia? Or are you from Honolulu?
You're from Georgia.
Oh, I'm from Georgia. Okay. Well, respect. Respect others' opinions. Please, please, please. Even if you disagree. If you disagree with me, hey, just respect me. Don't throw a spitball at me. And always communicate clearly and concisely. Get to the damn point. Get right to the point. Say what's on your mind and get after it. And move along. Timing. Try to choose the right time and place when addressing sensitive issues. Knowing when it's appropriate to have those certain one-on-one conversations, when it's time, it's necessary to wait for another opportune time. Okay, so you're in a very good place, as 𝗪𝗪𝘁𝗀𝘁 says. It's appropriate to have those certain conversations, and when it's nesting time, it's time to wait for a more opportune time.
It's best to wait,
Yeah. I got you. All right. So here we go. Positive language. Always use positive language when possible. And it's always possible to use positive language.
Yeah, true.
It softens the blow of your message. Let's say you've got something that's a little bit controversial. Well, focus on the solution part of that rather than dwelling on the problems and what others may offer as praise or encouragement. It's okay. Show a little positivity. Get that mindset out there with the folk. Active listening. Intently listening shows you value the other point, of view. The other person's point of view. That's okay. It's okay to be on the same side. What works with one may not be as effective with another, but in general and in generally speaking, if we work together, we're flexible and we accept the other's viewpoint, the sky is wide open. Wide open.
True.
Self-awareness. Let's wrap it up here. Self-awareness. Always try understanding your style with its strengths and weaknesses. Sounds like a comedy skit. Burns and George Burns and Gracie Allen. Burns and Allen. And just remember, we've all got our strengths. We've all got our weaknesses. And we can help to be more tactful and effective. All we got to do is work at it. And remember, there's not always just one right way. There can be multiple right ways. So let's hear it for the Wrights. And that's not the Wright brothers. They brought us the airplane. It's just the right way. And here up front, you've got 𝗪𝗁𝘁,
𝗪𝗁𝘁𝗳𝘂𝗹. Got Karina Lance and Irina here. Rabindra Legdig is here. Sarananda.
Right.
Karina.
Our panelists are rolling in.
Mel.
There's
David
another one.
Lavelle Jr., who's always with us. Thank you, David. We got Irena. Dixala. Hi.
Good stuff.
And who else? We got Rabindra Kumar, who's always here. He says, the pages of Unbounding book, ONPASSIVE. I love ONPASSIVE proudly. Very nice. Sarananda, he says, also sincerity and respect is needed to prosper in life. Isn't that so true?
All right.
Makes sense, right?
It makes a whole lot of sense to me.
Angela Lalande is here.
All right, Angela.
Frank Rowe, who's going to be singing for us, will be toward the end. Thank you for that. And we've got Ranjan Kumar Mishra. Good evening to you.
So the biggest point in summarizing what we're talking about being tactful, be mindful of your fellow man. That's all. Just be mindful of their opinions, their views, their tone of voice, their body language, and just try to be kind. It's okay to be kind. It's all right. You know why? Because we can all get along and we can all make this a better world. I'm convinced. And if you forgot what these hats are, they say just 97.
Although
is that going back a ways or what?
Yeah, it brings back memories. If you guys were with us back then, you know exactly that it was 97.
Just 97.
Yeah.
All right. Well, all right. I think that's going to wrap it here, or is it going to wrap? Let's see. We're at 8:34. We do need to say a few more hellos, I think, don't you?
Yeah, go ahead.
1 cow, 1 calf and a half. 1 cow, 1 calf and a half at 50, 650, 658. I hear 58. I hear 59. Do I hear 59, 59, 59, 59, 60, 60, 60. Sold once. Going twice. Sold for 58. All right. We can do better than 58, but that's okay. It is a Thursday night, and you guys are getting ready for the Super Bowl of all Super Bowls.
We got 34 folks in the YouTube live stream. Some of them are both places. They're both in OConnect, but also on YouTube, you know.
And we appreciate that very much.
It's really nice.
And just remember Lynn's domain. Lynn's domain is RobLynnLive.com. I think I'm ready for a duet with Johnny. He probably doesn't want to, but that's okay. That's okay. I am the assistant to the executive director, so sometimes I get my way. All right. Well, a few more hellos. Surendra, I should say, and Samuel is here. And it looks like Gemma and Lystra are in the house. Good stuff right there, for sure. 2 sisters.
Are they here?
I could have sworn I saw someone say hello, Lystra, and hello, Gemma. I could be wrong.
Sometimes people just post, copy and paste their hello list. You know, they use the same hello list every day. I see that in some of the lives. Hi, Surendra. You know what I mean? So they use the same list, they copy and paste, but doesn't mean those people are here. Hi, Deborah. Deborah's going to be, Deborah and Cecil. Those 2 will be teaching science tonight. Thank you for doing that.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Jillian's here. Deborah Long is here. Hello, Angela. Glad you're here as well.
And I think I said hello to all those folks already.
If there's ants in this cup, I'm going to gag myself with a towel.
You should always peek.
I did peek, and it didn't look. There was one floaty, and I didn't think it was an ant. Hey,
Oh, Cecil says yes, that both of them will be teaching.
All right, that sounds good to me. Deborah and Cecil.
Manoj says he has some buffering, and as an attendee, there's some buffering.
As an attendee, okay.
Oh, Delisa says hi, Gemma and Lystra. So did you guys see them? Are they actually here?
I believe they are. Maybe they'll come to the panel. That'd be kind of nifty. Let's see if we can drag those girls to the panel. Come on, girls. You can do it.
If you're here, that's nice. We haven't seen you for a while. We miss you.
And it looks like Karina's telling me to have a little more protein.
Does he need more protein? You think he's doesn't have enough
Protein deprived?
Yeah, do you think so, Karina? Tell us why you think he's protein deprived. She may be wise and know your protein. I don't know. Could be.
All right. Many, many thanks to you. Give the greatest golden opportunity, Mr. Asher. That's from 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝗳𝘂𝗹. Thank you, sir. And there's Frank Rowe in the house. Hello, Frank. And he'll be singing a tune for us a little bit later. It's now 8:38, and I think Lynn is being a posting fool right now, trying to bring a few more folks in. Oh, we're at 66 without a cow calf and a half. Well, let's do a cow calf and a half. What am I here? Ha, 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 cow calf and a half. Can we get a cow calf and a half at 65? 65, 65. Can we do 66? 66, double six. Can we do 66? Come on, now we can do 66. We just had 68. Come on, man. Let's go. All right. Karina's here. Surendra's here. Mariam is here. Delisa is here. And so on, and so on, and so on. Okay. Let's see who else we got. That's Ashraf. Ashraf is here.
Ashraf Ansari.
Ashraf Ansari.
Oh,
that's true.
Mariam is here. Hi, Mariam. Nice to have you here, Mariam. Thanks for stopping in.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it very much.
We miss you.
Yes, we do.
Who else is here? Cheryl Bess. Hi, Cheryl.
Cheryl Bess in the house.
And Karina says, I was talking about the ant, LOL. A little extra protein. Oh, I get it.
Oh, very little extra and very little extra protein.
That's hilarious. It's funny.
You think that's funny?
Yes. Nice.
Gag me with a broom that just got out of the toilet if you think that's funny.
Hello to Syed. Wait, let me pause that chat. There, it's flying by. Hello to Syed Anwar. How are you, Syed? Nice to have you here with us. And hi to Surendra Sahu. Let's scroll up a bit. See who is here. Did I catch everybody?
I think you did.
Oh, boy.
We are all gaitered up, and now we're about half coffeeed up with our little ant friend here.
Pat Green is here. Hi, Pat. Nice to have you. Mel, of course, is always here. And Jillian, LOL, and so on, says Jillian.
That's what I'm talking about,
and
Jillian.
John says, I don't see Gemma or Lester in the chat. Yeah, I think that some people just they copy and paste their hello messages. I see that people do that all the time. They don't want to actually type anything out, so they use the same list all the time.
That's cool.
I see that. It's a way of typing lists. You know what I'm saying?
Well, all right. We're at 66. I think it may be time to get this community time kicked off. What do you think?
Okay.
We're talking tactful. We're talking what it takes to be tactful. Sometimes I'm not so tactful from what I'm told. So I'll do better.
It's okay. And here we go. This is the ticker message provided by Michael Chata. Thank you very much. He says, to be a panelist, click the speaker request icon. So we're going to enable that shortly. You're going to see it along the list of all your buttons on the bottom there. All you got to do is click on it. And it's a person with some wavy lines around the person's head. So that is the indication that you want to be a panelist on our community time panel. So all you got to do is click that. We'll see your request and we will bring you to the panel. All righty?
All righty, daddy. Let's click on the bring attendees over and let's see who's first. I have a feeling I know who it is. Probably JJB.
It is JJB Tin Man.
JJB the Tin Man, also known as Bari Sir John.
Followed by Mohammed Ashraf Ansari. It was nice. He came to the camera last night and was in the picture. That's really nice. And we also have Pat Green coming back to the panel right now. And we got Melanie Marcano in Canada. We also have Deborah Long. She's going to be teaching us sign language
Deb, bring
tonight.
it, bring it.
She's teacher.
Debo.
She's teaching us sign.
All right. And there's
Yay.
some clapping.
Clapping.
And
Deb
here's
clap.
the Mad Hatter sign. or R. Here's the
letter
R. And we touch the hat. That makes it the Mad Hatter's hat.
That is my husband. And we got
what a whack job.
Don Sweetheart coming in.
All right, Don. Bring it.
Cecil, who will be helping to teach. Cecil. Deborah, I need to find out what your sign name is. If you told me, I forgot. Sorry. Tell me again. And we also have Manaj.
Manaj coming to the panel. All right,
hey,
Manaj.
All right. Panel is filling up slowly. Come on down, you guys. Don't be shy. Click the speaker request button. Come on down. It's fun to be on the panel.
It is fun.
The panel, just about less than a third of you could come down to the panel. That would be great.
And congregate along the Waterford crystal that we have hanging here at the palatial estate of RobLynn.
That's right.
Where did that come from?
Michael Chata, they help us greatly in the chat. They greet people for us. I see Michael was helping, Kushal's helping. When Karina is out there, she's on YouTube. She's definitely helping greet. There she was. There she is. I see her greeting. Thanks, you three of you.
Song from John and hopefully one from Frankie. And we got somebody wanting to come in. If you could let them in, please.
Sure.
Thank you.
That is
David Switzer. All right, the Kansas City Chiefs' favorite cheerleader, Mr. Switzer.
This is it, City.
Okay, well now I've got it down that Taylor Swift with her Swifties is somehow related to Travis Kelce, their boyfriend and girlfriend, or who knows what else. And I know they're going to be in attendance on Sunday. I think Taylor's not doing the show, but she'll probably be dancing in the press box or in the box where the family sits.
I see.
And it should be pretty warm there for the Super Bowl since they'll be indoors there. The guys will be in short sleeves, I'm sure, because that's what football players do. And tomorrow on what do you call that? Straight Talk with Rob and Lynn and Ollie. With today's news today, we'll be talking Football Friday. Oh, yeah. Friday before the Super Bowl. We got plenty to tell you all about that with regard to security. Don't be bringing your drones in there because they've got radar and they can tell you, woo, John Doe is over here in this 13th seat from the side. 10 rows deep with a drone. Let's arrest that dude. And that's what they're going to do.
Oh, wow.
They said I listened to it this morning. They had Mayorkas from Homeland Security along with the FBI, Secret Service, and local authorities saying they are playing no games. So if you want to play games with them, have at it. But I don't think you're going to like the results.
Oh.
That's for sure. And that came directly from the sheriff of Las Vegas County.
And we have Ajmer coming in. Welcome, Ajmer. I think it's his first time coming to
All right, Aj. Glad you're here, buddy.
Ajmer. And we're going to now show you the panel. Thank you.
All right. Who's got a Kansas City Chiefs hat on? Come on, man.
Oh, David.
Come on, man.
Let's see it.
Don't make me break out my Tampa Bay Buccaneers we're sitting at home hat. Don't make me do it. Don't you do it. All right. I think we're going to have a little fun tonight talking about how to be tactful. So far, I haven't been very tactful.
Here with David.
Go ahead, David. Bring it. Come on. Bring it.
I'm ready. I'm ready, man. I'm ready. Yeah.
Are you going to the game?
Ready to put the hammer down, Put the hammer down.
I'd say you got a hammer there between Kelce and Mahomes and their running back. That's a trio right there that's going to be wrecking havoc with San Francisco. should be fun to watch. Supposedly there's going to be a lot of Travis and
I'm not going to be able to help you. You know that.
why can't I remember her name? I listened to her songs.
Oh, Taylor Swift?
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift?
There's going to be Swifties dancing in the aisles tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like everywhere they went this week, they were a hit. Taylor and Travis. And that's good stuff. I'm all about that. That's good stuff. I'm glad to see it. The Super Bowl is not all business. It is a bit of fun. And I think they're getting, what, $180,000 for the winner and 89 or. You got another Kansas City hat there? Cecil, is that a Kansas City hat? No. Okay. Got it. All right. All right. All right.
Say, look. What is it? Kansas Athletics? No, Canada Athletics.
Oh, Canada Athletics. Not to be confused with the NFL. Now, my son had an opportunity when he got cut by the Tampa Bay Bucks to go play in Canada. Hockey? All right. I'm all about hockey. Tampa Bay or Lightning.
The game is playing now. Boston now is playing now.
Boston's playing now? All right.
Boston, U.S. team, yeah.
Hey, there's Mr. Das. You see Mr. Das from India right here? There he is.
Hi, Mr.
Ajmer.
Das. Hi, Ajmer. Welcome. Your first time, right? First time.
Glad you're here, brother.
I hope it's not your last time, okay? Come to the panel more often.
You're going to have fun tonight. We're not done with you.
I'm fine. How are you, sir?
How are you?
We're good and getting better, brother. Good and getting better.
I am first time in your panel.
Yes, first time, yes.
All right. Well, thanks for coming, and we hope you'll come back time and time again. It's never boring.
Yes,
here.
sir. Okay, sir. I'm a big fan, sir.
What?
I hear you daily
Oh, he listens
on YouTube channel.
Oh,
Daily?
Really?
Daily, you don't miss RobLynn. You're
Daily,
a
sir.
RobLynnLiver. You're a RobLynnLiver. Woo, doggies! I love it.
Oh, yes. I'm your fan. Big fan, sir.
Well, we appreciate that.
Thank you,
We
Asher.
appreciate that.
You're quietly watching it. We don't see you making comments much.
You are both so cute, sir.
You're both so cute.
All right. Well,
Thank you.
thanks for that. And I think we better start talking about the topic a little, which is good. How to be what it takes to be tactful. So let's take a look and see if we've got some hands out there in the peanut gallery
About the topic.
about the topic.
Hello.
Yes.
What it takes. Go ahead, sir.
Go ahead, Ajmer. You want to talk?
Hello, sir. I can't understand much more English.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Okay. I'll talk a little slower. I sometimes get carried away, Ajmer. So
I am only hear you.
All right.
Okay, we understand.
All right.
We're
All right.
we're happy you're here.
Well,
Thank you.
let me turn you on to Miss.
I can't.
Go ahead.
I can't speak English.
Oh, we understand.
More.
You're doing a pretty good job there, I'd say, sir.
No problem.
All right. Well, thanks. Mel, help me out here, will you?
Sir, thanks.
Only if you're going to be tactful.
I am. Yes.
All right. I'm counting on you.
I am
Mel-
always
Mel-
tactful.
Mel is always tactful. I tell you, she is. True.
Okay. Oh yes. Exactly the point. We are tactful ambassadors anyhow, because we are all minority when it comes to God. Minority in the world, we are God's children in the whole world. So we are to be tactful. And in ONPASSIVE, we are tactful ambassadors. That's what we are, right? So we have to be conscientious, how do you say, conscious? Help me out. There goes tactful.
Conscious.
Conscious, yeah.
Mhm.
Conscious and respectful of our, you know, in the Bible it says brethren, our brothers and sisters. We are to be respectful, you know. We are to actually pay a listening ear to them because we are all together in this world. We are minorities when it comes to God, you know, regardless what we think, right? So we in this world we are to be using that cautiousness, consciousness, and respect for all, you know. If we are to be respected, we're supposed to give respect in all walks of life. It doesn't matter who we are, where we are, you know, and do it with a little bit of grace. You know, when we take our time to listen and we slow down and we, you know, we give respect, we give that listening ear, but not just listening for them to be understood, right? And not listening as to be judgmental. So there is being tactful. It is being tactful because, like I said, we are all ambassadors in this world, and we are minorities when it comes to God, God's children. We are all.
Okie dokie. Thank
So
you.
that's what I wanted to say. Thank you, Rob. And
Thank you, Mel. We appreciate that very much. And I don't see any other hands yet. Don't make me do
But
it.
I see some comments in the chat.
Oh, let's talk about the chat
Let's
then.
go to the chat. Angela Lalande says, tactful to me means humility. You treat others the way you want to be treated. Hi, Ujjala Kumar.
The golden rule.
Yeah. And
True.
Karina wants to say to Mel, yes, Mel, we are all one. Thank you. Speak much English. I agree.
He did pretty good.
Yeah, he did really well. And we have Sadananda. He says tips to tactful rise of our dream, unpassive, love unpassive. Thank you, Sadananda. And Jillian says we're going to have everything all in house very soon. Right. Let me scroll up a bit.
The flag is rolling.
Yeah. Oh, they're talking about weather, temperature. Okay, being tactful is an art, says Jillian. And Kushal says, thank you very much, 𝗪𝗏𝘁, for your acknowledgement and regards to us. Yes, we do thank our moderators who work so hard in our. We don't have to worry because we have you guys all there working for us. John, Kushal, Karina, moderators, but always there for us. Thank you so much. Oh, we have someone wanting to come into the panel, and that is Greg Lakin.
Greg Lakin, come on aboard, brother.
He's coming. We're glad you made it tonight. Wonderful.
All right. Do we see any other hands?
No other hands. Depend on your situation. Let's give it to all. That's a nice way of putting it. Chick Bodie is here saying, hello, everyone. Hello, RobLynn. I am late coming home tonight, but I'm here. Join us on the panel if you'd like to.
Love to see you.
Yeah.
Come on down.
Yes,
we got one coming onto the panel right now.
Yeah, so cute. Charlie Ellis is, hello, my unpassive family. I made it. I am live.
Live from Mississippi.
And Greg Lakin says, I'm back after getting kicked out. Persistence is a virtue, Greg. You came back. Good for you. And hello, Ujjala Kumar Das. He says, hi to everyone.
All right, let's see who wants to come aboard.
Oh, another one coming down.
Charlie Ellis, Bo is in the house. All right, Bo, bring it, brother.
And we have, oh, okay. Clover says being tactful is just doing what is right. All right. Anybody else have comments on the panel? You have any comments about the top? Or people who weren't tactful and the consequences of such?
Let's go to Ohio and let's go to Double D. Go ahead, Double D.
How to be tactful. I mean, I can sum it up, at least in my mind, in one word. It's basically discretion. You got to know when to hold them and when to fold them, basically, whether you're talking to somebody or dancing with somebody or whatever. But you got to use discretion generally in what you do. So I think Rob and I both learned that in the military. Yeah, you got you just got to know what you're saying and when to say it. So there's no question about it. In my own home here, as far as sports, for example, with Dawn, she's a big Detroit Lions football fan. On the other side of the coin, I'm a Cleveland Browns football fan. So we have our differences there. And, she's Detroit Tigers. I like Cincinnati Reds. And
I like Cincinnati.
Cleveland Indians used to be the Indians. But anyway, there's discretion there. You got to be able to get along with your differences. In other words, I think that's your family. So that's a good point, Melanie. Thank you.
It is. Dawn, did you want to hop on board with something? Go ahead.
Well, to be tactful too, you really got to know what you're talking about. I mean, so you can explain or talk to people so they understand what you're talking about. But I mean, sometimes I'm talking in circles, so sometimes maybe I'm not that tactful, but
you can't admit that. Don't be admitting that.
Hey, I live with a Buckeye,
Well, there you go.
That's really hard.
There you have it. Oh my goodness.
That's being tactful.
Thanks.
Brad Gross says being tactful is being careful not to offend or upset other people. Right. And Juliana Mbambo in the chat is saying it means being considerate. We love how the folks in the chat are chiming in and participating. This is really great.
That's true. We love our chatters for sure here. Let's see, what time is it now? It's just 9 o'clock. We're just getting this sucker kicked off here.
Yeah.
Do we want to go to a little sign or do we want to hold off on the sign?
Anybody else want to talk about the topic? No? Being tactful or being not tactful, either way you can talk about that topic. No? Okay, let's go to sign language then. So we're gonna do the teach. We'll go to Deborah. What's your sign name, Deborah? Either DL or. All right, so we'll start with Cecil and then we'll go to Deborah. Okay. I think what we'll do is we'll do side view. So you can be in the big square when you're teaching signs. People can see easily. We'll see how that goes. Okay. And then we'll do the side view, and then we'll do the big gallery view. Okay, so we'll start with Cecil side view.
All right.
Hello. Hello.
One second. Okay, go ahead.
Hello.
Back or talk.
Hello. Go ahead.
Hello.
Are you gonna talk? Because there's no sound. People won't know what you're saying. Can you use voice to say the words before you teach them? Might help people to understand you better. Try.
window, window. Curry, curry, curry. This, done, done. Woo, woo, woo. Now, 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 now. Wait, wait. Grow, grow. Tucker, 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 tucker. Win, win. War, hurt, hurt.
Gallery view, and you can say again, and I will voice for you. Okay? Cecil will repeat again. Gallery view. Hold 1 second. Okay. Teach again. I'll
Hello?
voice.
Hello?
I'll voice for you. Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
We'll keep it gallery like now. Fine.
Okay,
Go
okay.
ahead and teach again. Go ahead.
Window,
Window. Window.
open, curtain,
Open the curtains.
curtain.
Curtains open.
See? Done.
See sun. S-U-N.
Done.
The sun.
Moon,
Moon.
Mm.
Moon.
now,
Clouds.
now.
Clouds.
Clouds.
Rain,
Rain.
rain. Grow,
Snow.
grow. Tucker. Now, tucker.
Thunder. Cloud.
Now,
Thunder. Cloud. Thunder.
tucker. Wind,
Wind.
war,
World.
war,
World.
war. Earth,
Earth. Oh, earth.
earth,
E-A-R-T-H. Earth.
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 hey.
So now we go on to Deborah with the side view first. Okay, let's go to side
Well.
view. Oh.
Yeah.
Hi. Hello, everybody.
Walking now.
Okay. We're going to do some of the business again. I've been finding more. We'll do verification. Verification. Hold on. Process. 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 Migration. Put together. Migration. Like an OES. Migration. Finish. Finish my job. Finish. Wait. Wait. Well, wait. Be patient. 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 Want to review or wait for the full gallery? Okay, there we go. Ready for review? Let's see how well you remember. Okay, verification. Verification.
Verification.
Migration.
Migration.
Migration. Come on.
Migration.
Blend in. Migration.
Migration.
Where am I? Finish.
Finish.
All done.
Finish. All done.
Wait.
Wait.
Wait. And patient.
Patient.
Patient. That's it.
Yay. Good job. Good job.
All right, we're getting more and more vocabulary here.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
All right. Well, be the one to talk about being tactful. Way back when, I got a story to tell you. Prior to me going in the military. Oh, yeah. I thought I was something special. I was in junior college. They used to call it wasn't community college then. It was called junior college. Well, I was failing, that's with an F. That's right, F, failing, college algebra. Big time. Well, this little pipsqueak of a college professor who was like 5'1" and came up to my wasn't very tactful back in those days. I was a little crabby. My parents had moved me around 4 times in 12, 14 years due to my dad being with the 𝗧𝗵𝘁𝗳𝘂𝗹. So this little guy says to me, I'm not trying hard enough. Well, I wasn't very tactful. John Darby, Mr. Darby, Professor Darby, little guy with bye-bye. So that was my not being tactful to this guy. He was very respectful to me, although he was telling me I wasn't trying hard enough. But I said bye-bye, and that was it. I walked out of his classroom, didn't pass go, certainly didn't collect 200. In fact, I lost about 700 in my tuition for walking out. But I walked out of the school, didn't come back for quite a while, and joined the military. We'll talk about getting some tactfulness. I got taught some tactfulness once I hit basic training. I enlisted, and I got some tactfulness. And to this day, I've thought back about Mr. Darby and how I was rude, crude, and socially unacceptable to the guy. But within months, I had my ducks in a row, and I understood what it means to be genuine with people, be tactful with people. You don't have to be nasty to somebody if you don't like them. Just tolerate them. Just show them the same courtesy that you'd want them to show you. And it goes right back to the golden rule. And I hadn't learned that as a 19-year-old smartass, quote unquote. That's quote unquote. I didn't say it. I put parentheses around it.
Yeah.
I just wasn't very tactful, but the military taught me what it was to show some tactfulness. Yeah, no doubt about it. And I'm grateful for that. I'm very grateful for that. And I look back on that in 1967 when I thought I was the hottest thing to hit the streets. Oh, I hated algebra, college algebra. I hated that course. And it made me think, and I wasn't ready to think. I was 18 years old and I thought I knew it all. and I didn't want to have to think. So looking back on all that, when I got out of the military, I went back to St. Pete Junior College. It was still called St. Pete Junior College. And I totally stayed away from college algebra. I took basic arithmetic and had this nice lady that taught basic arithmetic. And I just sailed right through that course. But I had learned to be tactful and to be nice. And if I owe more than one, if I owe at least one thing to the United States Air Force, it's how to show a little tactfulness. So I'm grateful for that.
That's good.
That's my story. Now, proud. Let's see. Let's go to. It looks like Mel has something to say. Go ahead, Mel. Stimulate me, will you?
Rob, what you said is true, but you know what? I'm thinking again. I'll take back a little bit of the tactfulness thing, because there are times you're being tactful, you're being respectful, and people step on you. So what do you do? I'm being real. When you're being tactful in the most graceful way, we are not angels, right? None of us. But I'm just saying, if you're being nice, tactful, you're being respectful, you're being but then somebody sees that and they think that you're probably a softie and they step on you. Do you continue being so tactful? Sorry. Do you continue being the tactful person? I'm saying what I'm living sometimes, especially at work. I have to say, honestly, I need some help here. I need an answer.
Well,
We'll see what people say to that.
yeah, we'll see what everybody has to say. Let's go to Charlie Ellis, who's buffering. Can you unmute if nothing else, Charlie? Out there in South Haven. Come in, please.
Yes, sir. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
I'd like to put a little input on your last comment, Melanie. I think it's important to, I experience it a lot with my work facility. I was working with a pre-release program. So therefore you have guys, gentlemen that is on their way out from pre-release in prison. So they trying to reintegrate into the system. So therefore I'm working with about 44 gentlemen. I just don't like to use the term inmates, because they are trying to rehabilitate themselves. So I look at them as young men. And I had 45 different personalities, and I've seen them curse and carry on, fight. And I think it's important to keep your composure, not take a side. I think they want to be heard, man, and I think you could get a good in most cases with my guys, they just need a hug, and want to be. That's important. I don't think it would look good if you just like respond back. So therefore, I think you wouldn't be if I'm saying it right, a tactful. In a sense, but yeah, I think it's important to keep your composure in any situation, because I look at myself as a mentor to them, and I know they look up to me. So You know, I mean, that's what I wanted to say about it.
Thank you. Sunny Singapore, and I believe it was Miss Koo.
Yes.
Oh, Miss Sharon Koo. She says, Mel, what I did, I approached at this colleague and tell him or her in a gentle way. Thank you. Well, that's a kind of a mild approach that it'll certainly work because I've certainly toned things down a bit. Let's go back to Ohio and let's get a glimpse of what's going on in Ohio. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, Rob, about the military. You learn TAC in the first 6 to 8 weeks of boot camp, so you learn. It's kind of pounded into you, so to speak. But going back, it's like Charlie said, composure. I think that's the word. That's a good word, Charlie, by the way. You keep your composure no matter the circumstances as much as you humanly possible. And I know there are times sometimes that you can't, but majority of the time, keep your composure and do the right thing, and everything will seem to work out. So.
Now, are you Colonel McConaughey?
No, I was like you, Rob. I was NCO. Glorified privates in my mind. So
let's have a disclaimer here. As someone that was supposed to go to OCS, I agree with you 100%. I got hurt in Laos, and that was the end of it. I was 2 weeks away from going to officer candidate school, but it were all worked out in the end, and that's all I care about. And that's all.
Yeah, my niece was military also. She attained the rank of cap.
All right, and they're supposed to learn TAC the first week they go to OCS, from what I'm told. Some of them weren't very tactful, if I remember. Let's go to Pat Green before I get in any more trouble here, Pat. Go ahead, Dorothy.
Hello, everybody. And you can push me a ways. You know, I go so far, and then I've had enough. And you got to go a ways to get there. You know, and I'm like, number one, I don't want to argue with you. I've got a life. You know, I've got things I want to do. I'm here for. But like I said, there's also a point where if people get disrespectful, you just got to say that's enough. I mean, I had I had a lady the other day tell me what I could do with what she needed done, which wasn't very nice. and I'm like, okay.
Well,
and I had yeah. And I had a man say to me one day, he says, I'll talk to you any way I want to. I said, not for long. Click.
Now that's being tactful right there. That's
you
taking
can talk to the hand. Bye-bye. But like I said, you got to push me a ways, for me to get to that point. I help you, and I'm willing to do that. And I'm here to really help you. That's my nature. That's what I want to do. But I'm not your carpet. If you want something to walk on, buy one. You know?
That's being tactful. Oh,
But you know, like I said, you got to push me a ways for me to get to that point. So I've in about 10 years, I think I've hung up on about 4 people. But like I said, most of the people I talk to, about 99.9% of the people I talk to are really nice, which is a blessing in what I do. I try to look at the good instead of the bad. Yes, they're out there, but um, most of the people, I talk to people that just don't have anybody left to talk to. Sometimes, they're just lonely and they just want somebody to talk to. And so I'll listen to them and I'll visit with them some, talk to them some and hear the stories, and of course I try to stay on the subject of, the reason they called, but and I try to be polite too, and listen to them because it, some people when they get to be a certain age, they don't have anybody to talk to. They don't have any family members left. They don't have any friends left because all of them have gone or, they have their own lives or whatever. So I try to listen to them and I try to encourage them. And I'll give you time comprehending things is what she told me. So when I talked to her, I had to talk to her like, I am willing to help you, that kind of thing. The same morning that I got that call, I was headed down, I was going to work. I was going 55 miles an hour, and there was an intersection, a side street there. He saw the car before me, but he didn't see me. And he pulled out in front of me. And I'm like, this is not my heart was pounding. This huge tractor was in front of me. Over after the episode, and I had to calm down, because I don't look good in heavy metal, no matter what form it is. And I thought, when I got there and I was visiting with this lady and I was helping her, it was one of those huge farm tractors, So this was nothing. So I went through the call and took the time and answered her questions and helped her out and felt really good about doing it, And sometimes I guess you just got to look at sometimes things happen in life and story. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking because I don't want to take up the whole night.
Sounds like you're sticking to it. Let's go over to Jigbodi. Mr. Boney, what's shaking in your neighborhood of Colorado? Go ahead. Go ahead and unmute, please.
See everybody, each and every one of you again. And talking about being tactful, it's a way of responding with diplomacy and grace. And to preserve relationship. It encompasses emotional intelligence, discretion, compassion, honesty, and courtesy. Now, growing up from in Africa, there is something that is very tactful here, is that every baby is not cute. When the baby is ugly, we can say it. We can tell the mother that your baby looks ugly. And also, I remember when they bring their works and we have to grade them, they tell us that you have to say, oh, you did it good. Do that. It's like you don't say it the way we have to say it. We in Africa, we say it the way we see it, but you have to first encourage them that you see that is not good. So that one too is a way of being wrong without telling you what you did bad, but that taught me how to be considerate of people, recognize what they did good, and that's what I want to talk about in this tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Wow. Now you're getting me all fired up here. Are we going back to Ohio, then Mel, then Miriam? Is that the order? Am I close?
Well, who is next? Just wave. Whoever
I
was.
think I was.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, Don, bring it.
Having to be tactful with them, raising them, and it was always good, and this is how it is. And I can remember with my oldest daughter, she was such a handful for me, and I said, someday you're going to understand what I'm going through. Well, a couple of years ago, I got a call from her. She was crying, and she was having to me, like, Mom, I'm so sorry how I treated you and how I talked to you, and I should have understood you better, and on, because her son was doing to her what she was doing to me. And I'm going silently, yay, finally she knows what it's like, how it's supposed to be and how it was, and she learned. But that was quite a lesson for her to know what it's like being a mom and being tactful, and this is how it is. And so I was glad to see it kind of reversed to her. She knew what
It's happened to me with 6 kids and 10 grandkids, that my kids have come to me and said, Dad, I'm saying the same, and they don't use stuff, they use the other words. Stuff for my kids that you said to us. And you know what, Dad? You were right 40 years ago. Well,
May I ask what part of Ohio you? Ohio.
Alliance, okay, that's up north. Okay, yeah, we know where it's at. Absolutely.
I'm not from Ohio. I'm kind of a transplant. I'm from Michigan.
I'm from Ohio here, so I know exactly where Alliance is at.
Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
All right. Well, thank you. for that, Dawn. That stimulated me to say what I said. And I believe that your kids, if any of you have kids, and I know most of you do, many of you do, they're going to say the exact same thing to their kids that you said to them. And that's the total payback for being a parent after 25, 30 years, is hearing them say that.
That's true.
So, at any rate,
Wow.
is it Mel and Miriam or Miriam and Mel? You're going to have to straighten me out on that.
Whoever's
next?
next, unmute. You guys.
Ball to me, didn't you, Mel? Thank you.
It was Marion, I believe.
Oh,
Okay,
Yeah,
go ahead.
hi, Marianne.
Welcome. Go ahead. Talk to us.
Okay. All right. Well, what I'm thinking is a lot of people don't like to talk about this because sometimes being tactful means you're now thinking about being tactful. The other person's not thinking about being tactful, and that's probably when we need to be thinking about it. So we almost have to train ourselves to be that way. So when situations come up unexpectedly, we can be tactful without always instead of that. But it's almost like a learned skill, because without the people face to face every single day. And one of the rules that they have where I work is no confrontation. No matter what they say, you say nothing. I've been told off. One person, he was being nice and he was filling up this man's electric cart because the man couldn't. The man yelled at him because he didn't like where he put his eggs. Okay? I can't tell you the name he called him because it was terrible. Anything. There's no being tactful. It's just be completely silent. You know, we see all kinds of stuff. We hear all kinds of stuff. There's people that make other associates cry. They're so mean. But there's nothing anybody can do because we are not allowed to speak a word. We cannot say anything back to them. But I thank God that I have a lot of nice people. And like Pat, there's else just passed away. And I get to talk with them. I get to laugh with them. Is definitely a skill that we all need to work at.
All right. Well, thank you for that, Miriam. We appreciate that. Speaking of Walmart, and I'll make this brief, Mel, I had to call Walmart because I had a question about electronics that I had picked up there, an Apple product. I called in, I would say, a dozen times, and each of those dozen times, customer service hung the phone up. They pick it up and they hang it up. That's not being tactful. So when I finally got a hold of somebody, I went to the store and I, in a nice way, I wasn't so nice. I confronted the store manager and I said, you know, I only live a mile from here, and I could have walked. Customer service is hanging up the phone every time someone calls in, especially me. They must have known it was me somehow with caller ID, and I hadn't even said a word. And he said, well, we're not told to do that. to be honest, and I'll have a word with them. And he was very nice about it. He, like you say, Miriam, he didn't confront me. He didn't say anything negative. He didn't say it's your fault, sir. You're not being nice. He just said, I'll deal with the situation, and I guess he did.
Yeah.
But I had a hard time being.
They're never supposed to hang up on you. Never.
Oh, but they do.
Yeah, they do. Has happened to me too. Even in Hawaii, when I lived there, they hang up on you. I guess they get overwhelmed. They say, heck with that. The phone ringing, they just hang up.
A lot of times the phone rings and customer service is really busy and the phone just has to ring because there's not enough people back there to wait on the people and answer the phone. So the phone just has to ring.
Right.
So that happens a lot too.
I'm sure it does. Well, let's go. I think we're going to Mel, then we're going to LaToya. And let's go.
Okay, so I always tell people, if I don't know how to be tactful, I would not have been in a job for over 21 years, plus other jobs that I was in for a while. So I'm pretty sure I'm tactful. I purposely asked us that question, so I got good feedback from Don, the DL, and Marianne as well, and Pat, and even Rob. So thank you very much, because sometimes when you stay quiet, people think you're soft. That's the reason why I asked.
Yeah.
Yes, and how I train myself for me to ignore and move on is I remind myself and I talk to myself. Self-talk is a good thing. So in between the calls, like when they get just shake it out. Mel, I talk like secretly to myself, shake it off. Or I listen to music to just ward it off. And then I'll say quiet. Are you there? I said, no, I'm here. I'm here to help you. Said, thank you. And then all of a sudden you hear some people would cry. I'm so sorry. It's not, I'm having a rough day. And I know that it wasn't me they were taking it on. So then we have a. So I love to hear that, and that gives me more hope of being tactful. It causes me to be more tactful every day at my job, and not only at my job, when I'm Kaka, as what's her name, 𝗧𝗰𝘁𝗳𝘂 says all the time. So yes, thank you, and even I forgot Charlie. Thank you all for giving feedback. I understand. Thank you.
Well, I want to say you were very tactful when you said even Rob. I mean, that was very tactful. You could have left me out of the equation totally and didn't. So thank you. I appreciate it. Just kidding. All right, let's see. I think it's LaToya and then Jigbody. So let's do it. Let's do it, LaToya. What's happening in your neighborhood?
Can y'all hear me? I'm on my laptop.
Yeah, we hear you well.
Okay, great. So thanks, Rob. Everything's going good my way. I wanted to add another term to the conversation. It means the same as being tactful. It's the word assertive. So as a therapist, I, help people with good ways to communicate. And there's, let me think, 4 ways that we commonly discuss the way that people communicate. So there's assertive communication, which I looked it up just to be sure I had the right thought about it. But it's basically being able to communicate with confidence. Okay, so you have your assertive communication, so that's tactful. That's what we're talking about. And a lot of people feel strange when they are assertive or tactful because sometimes being confident looks like arrogance, but it's really not. It's like can't talk to me that way. And I think that's one of the reasons why some people let like rude behavior go, go on nobody says anything about I don't agree with you, so I think maybe this conversation's over. So assertive and tactful is the route to go. But just the ways that people communicate that are not helpful, just to know the other side of it. The three other ways is passive communication. So somebody who doesn't really speak up for themselves at all, or if they do speak up, they're very timid about it. And so maybe people don't really take them seriously, so they don't get, what they trying to communicate because they haven't put the confidence behind it. And then there's aggressive communication, right? And we all kind of know what that might look like. And, that's also not a good way to communicate. Say they see that you're mad or annoyed or what have you. So aggressive communication, and then passive aggressive communication. It's always being passive and aggressive. So you don't speak up for yourself and then you act annoyed about it. So, passive aggressive. Keep speaking up for yourself, keep, asserting your opinion, as long as it's not doing anything. I just wanted to share that. Thank you.
Thank you.
𝗧𝗪𝗁, if we may, please. Did I get that right?
𝗧𝗪𝗁.
All right. Unmute if you would, madam.
Is she on here? Oh, there she is. Yeah.
She's right square in the middle.
She appears to be frozen. Oh, no, she's moving. Good, good. Go ahead and click the unmute button. If you can't unmute, click refresh. That might help you. Refresh.
Are you able to unmute, 𝗧𝗪𝗁?
Oh.
If not, we can come back to you.
Refresh.
Yeah, maybe refresh, go away, come back, or do the old refresh thing. The button at the top.
Yeah. So
there you go. She'll be back.
Okay.
And let's go over to Greg Hill. Go ahead, Greg.
Hi, Greg. You can unmute. He says, I thought I did.
There we go.
There you go.
Sometimes I'm not sure if I should use the small. Hello, everybody here. I'm just listening to the conversation and community. As I would say, what I'm and different people who hold different positions, and I try to treat everybody the same. One of the key things that I've learned over the years when speaking with people is exactly that, to and with. I don't speak to people. A lot of people, most people on a different level. But what I look at as speaking with somebody is meaning that you're willing to communicate on an equal level. So I try to think about my speaking when I'm speaking with other people, in my communication and my skills of how I'm approaching them in a tactful manner. And I think a good way to start is to speak with somebody on the phone. It's also a different feeling than talking, of course, with somebody in person. So you use a different tactics. Body language, of course, comes into that play, which it doesn't come into play when you're speaking on a telephone. It using our communication skills in a different manner also. So, but anyway, I'll make it short. Been a long day. I'm really tired. I just wanted to say I love you all, everybody who's here. There's some new faces here. It's so nice to see. I like to see 𝗧𝗸𝗲𝘀, and I don't know 𝗪𝗵. I've met you before, sir, but I believe I've heard your name before, and just thankful for everybody who is here and the family. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm muted again. Man, oh man. I got to get my own unmute button. I don't have my very own unmute button. At some point, I'm going to talk to the management here, see if I can get my very own unmute button. We'll see. We'll see how that works. Now, two things. Number one, family.
So maybe we can have one with you guys with one of the signs you learned tonight. What were the signs? You guys remember some of the signs? Patience, good, Marion. Patience. What else did we learn? Patience, and what else? So get some ideas. Oh, window. Rain and
snow.
Moon, sun, migration from
Migration
Deborah.
without hesitation.
Patience. So be signing one of those signs. You guys ready?
No, but first we'd like to say thank you to now I'm feeling remorseful, so I figured I better say something. So thank you, Francis.
Thank you, Francis.
We appreciate you, brother. Thank you from our heart to yours. Yep. Appreciate that. All right, now it's time for that famous Sweet 16.
So my husband will count 1, 2, 3, and we will take the shot with your hand.
I got to count to 3.
Yeah, so show it visually. So
I'm going to try.
Deborah
I'll try. All right, here we go. On the count of 3.
Okay, let's see if everybody's.
Oh, yeah. Everybody had something going on there.
Nice.
Hey, there's Greg with amen. See, I remember from last night. Amen.
Very good.
Amen. All right.
So good.
That was very nice. Thank you for doing that.
Beautiful.
Before we go anywhere else, 𝗧𝗪𝗁𝘁, did you want to try to unmute again?
Yeah. Now
say what you had on your mind. See, I don't forget. I look old.
I wanted to I was going to travel to Africa, and I was very upset, and I was like, I don't know how I was talking. So my son, my 20 years old son, took the phone from me and talked to the person, and then came back to me and said, "Mom, please, that person on the other side of the phone is just somebody that is working. Why are you being like that?" And he taught me a lesson because I didn't what's going on. I was like taking my frustration up on somebody. Sometimes we just have to think about the person we are talking to, and being considerate to the person. My son taught me that lesson and I will never forget it. So that's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Well, I hate to back you up, and I'm not muted. I hate to back you up on that, but every day when I'm in the same household with this Nakamoto, this one over here, Lynn will say, you know, that person's got no idea who you are, what you're all about, what the hell you're talking about, so shush up. So that kind of brings my reins in.
I just say, I don't say it that way. I just tell them that their customer service, you know what I mean? And they're not the cause of the problem, and they are working for the company. So it's not like you can't really blame them for what's happening. That's my whole point. Just like, you know, Pat Green and Mel both have whom have a concern or a complaint. So it's kind of wearing on them, you know, day after day of having a job. It's pretty much stressful because you can't really say what's on your mind. You have to represent the company and follow its policies. So I just empathize with those people who are with customer service of all the angst and the anger that they have to listen to all day. And it must. No, you have been doing better.
Well, thank you.
Big time. Whoa. Way better. I think so.
All right. Mm-hmm. Where are we going next?
Okay, so who was just speaking just now?
I was.
Before, who was it? Mel. It was Mel, right?
No, it was actually like J-Bodie.
J-Bodie. Okay, so now we got LaToya, Pat, Don, and Melanie. Who was first, you guys? I think it was LaToya.
LaToya.
Right?
All right, go ahead, Miss Francis.
Thank you. Oh, I'm the other Francis. Did you hear?
Oh, because you're
Francis Tay called me the other Francis. So
okay, other Francis, bring it. We want to hear from you.
We rarely get you on video, so we're gonna take another picture because Charlie Ellis was just here. What happened to Charlie? He came on camera.
Charlie, you can't go to the bathroom when you come to RobLynn Live.
Mohammed Ashraf too.
There's Charlie.
Yeah, all right. And Mohammed Ashraf, you want to be in the picture?
Mr. Ashraf, come on, I'm sorry. Let's go.
He makes me smile whenever he comes on camera.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's a sweetheart. So anyway, last chance, Mohammed, turn your camera on if you want to be in the picture. Okay, let's take another one because we got LaToya and we got Charlie in here. This is really nice. Manaj too, you want to be on camera? Count to 3. With his hands.
All right, on the count of 3. 1 and a 2. As Lawrence Welch.
You got to be in the frame so they see you. Higher up. There you go.
1.
Get ready.
2, 3.
Oh, the sparklers came up. Oh, good. Okay, I'm looking.
Oh, we got an Andy Burks.
Very nice.
We got an I.
Messenger group for sure. All right. Thank you, you guys.
So real quick, I just wanted to say, Greg must have been spying on me because kids in general about talking to somebody or talking with them. So my daughter, but very not an assertive communicator. Does like you can't get away from her talking to you. So I actually had to tell her, you're talking at me. You need to either be talking with me or this is not a conversation that we need to have. And that has actually worked out fantastic. So thanks, Greg. I mean, yeah. Receiving the communication, do I feel talked like I'm being talked with, talked to, or talked at? You know, and if you feel you're being talked to in those ways that don't feel good, I think it's good to say, hey, I don't feel like you're talking with me right now, and you know, maybe go from there. So thanks, Greg.
All right.
Thanks. Everyone, right, on the panel, we know this. The attendees see a maximum of 10 people on the panel on this version of Latoya, and I see that Latoya is in view on the attendees.
Good.
View from the attendees' perspective, I believe.
Sweet.
So we're gonna try pinning and unpinning when they're done. So now that Latoya is done, I will unpin. And now whoever's gonna come next, I'm gonna pin.
All right.
Who is next?
Oh, you're asking me.
Okay, who's next? Is it Pat, Don, or Mel? Just
Don.
I think it was me.
Okay, all right.
Go ahead, Dawn.
No, I worked for Delta Airlines for 17 years or so at O'Hare. And some of the stories that she told me of people and how they treated her were horrendous, and how she handled them. I was just so proud of her because she kept her cool. We'll put you on something else. Or, I mean, she was very, very tactful. She knew how to handle people, but she amazed me. I mean, she didn't take crap, and you know, she was all business. But it's amazing how people can be. You know, I mean, I know people are nervous about flying and all that kind of stuff. For 17 years, and I was very proud of how she handled people.
Well, I can honestly say where I keep my cool for sure, because they can put you to the back of the bus faster than anybody.
Yeah.
So,
or she'll say, if you want to get your luggage, I'll make sure it gets on this plane, or I'll get it on another plane. Or, I mean, she knew how to shut them up, but it's quite a job for her.
Anybody in customer service, this would have been a good forum for them to come to, because they can see how we feel in general about for example, Mel and Pat. You know, you guys are perfect examples of people that have to go through the crapola with people, and you haven't done a darn thing wrong. All you've done is answer the phone. Hello, hi, this is Mel. Welcome. What can I do for you today? Well, you understand that, but you can't do anything about it. So it's all good, and yeah. this has been a good conversation, and let's.
She was leaving the airport after working. Go into the airport and take care of her flight right then. And my daughter kept saying, well, I'm all done working. There's ladies in there. It's just amazing how people act. But
yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
So this is what
I'm sorry.
This is what Gina Leva said.
Very entitled.
Jean said, pin the active speaker. So just now I pinned Dawn. I saw Dawn kind of showed up on the panel for a little while, but then she disappeared. Is that what? If you guys are speakers, not going to see this, but the attendees, if we can get feedback on whether when I just pinned Dawn, did it help and make her show up on the panel so you could see her? I'd like to know that. I'm going to unpin her now. Let me know if she disappears or whatever. I want to know. We can do a test. You know what I'm saying? Figure this thing out here. Okay, who's next? Is it Mel or Pat? Unmute.
I'd say it's Mel.
Yeah.
Let me
So, what's I gonna say? So we deal with sometimes, you know, a bell relay client, a person. Do you know what that is? Pat, you probably know. Bell relay, where there's an interpreter and then they're with that person and you have to wait your turn for them to say go ahead. So that can be a winding call. So they're saying their name, but before you say thank you, you have to wait for them to give the go ahead. And every time they say something, you wait, and then they say go ahead, and then they say you say thank you, and then you ask the next question. So it can take like 30, whatever you call it, like your phone company relay person. So they are talking and responding on a machine, and the other person who's with them has to read what they're trying to ask or say. So there you have to be very tactful for a long time, and making that person feel, you know, appreciated and knowing that I have patience. So I love to exercise my patience in that line. And the other, you have to register the complaint and work out a resolution. So sometimes we have to think of giving, whether it's reward or, you know, giving a callback, deletion, things. There's a lot, you know. So you really have to be tactful. And after all these years, I'm doing that. I'm not trying to brag. My quality is always at a max, always. Because I said to them, I've been here for how many years, so I should know customer service inside out. I may not be the perfect person, but yeah, I have this skill in me and it's already seasoned in me. I can't let it go. So even if I don't always exercise it, because we are human again, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to share that part.
All right. Well, thank you for that. We appreciate that. And I think we're going back to Kansas, and then we're going to Washington State to speak with Greg. Go ahead, Kansas. Dorothy.
Hello, everybody. Me respect. I smarted off to her once, and once. That's all it took. And I was on the floor looking up Needless to say, I did not do that again. Everything, you know, and I smarted off to her, and she took care of it. But I remember one time a gentleman was on the phone with me. I've only done this once, but I was listening to him, and I thought, you know what? He doesn't know what he sounds like. So I came back with the same attitude that he came at me with. And he realized what he sounded like. And then from that time forward, we were able to communicate better, to get, you know, and I was able to help him without all of the extra fluff, let's put it this way, that he was putting in the conversation. No, I wasn't cussing at him, and he wasn't cussing at me, and that's fine. But it was like, it was his attitude, you know, when he was on the phone. And it was really interesting because he just like, oh, I didn't realize I sounded like that, you know? People sometimes have a tendency to talk to people on the phone because you're not face to face. So some of the ways they talk to you, you know, if they were face to face, they may not talk to you like that. Now I only did it once, but he understood what I was trying to say, you know, and he just like, okay, I'm, you know, and at the end of the conversation, he thanked me for helping him and was really appreciative of everything I said to him and how I helped him and everything. But and it was interesting to begin with. I've only done it once in 10 years, but you know, it was like, okay, it was nice. We had a good conversation. I was able to help him. I was thankful for that. Care of, and I know that felt good for him too. So I just wanted to include those two.
Right. Well, let's see. I think we're going from here. We're going over to Washington State, to the upper area of the. Is it the peninsula?
The San Juan Islands.
The islands. Let's go to San Juan. It's got to be 5 o'clock there sometime.
So I'm pinning you, Greg. I think you'll appear on the panel.
The tactful. This is really a good thing tonight, to listen to everybody's opinion about how they approach people. And in my business that I've been doing for many years, which is in the building industry, I'm dealing with people that are have positions in government or these kind of things. Hello, Carmela. And I'm dealing with, like, for example, I built a remember the day that I had an electrical inspector come up to do the electrical inspection, and the first words that came out of his mouth were, "Do you know I can shut your business this down right now?" Those were the first words that came out of his mouth. And I was like, so how do you approach somebody like that? And so, and I deal with that with other people as well in businesses. And you have to really kind of think through things a little bit. Inspectors carry a badge. So people who carry badges can be difficult for others to be able to communicate with them, because when they come on your job site, they feel like they are the ones that are in control of the whole situation, and you don't have a word to say about it. And that's the way it is. But there are those as well who have and hold those kind of positions that can shut you down, that communicate with you. And today I actually had one of those. I had one call me up. I didn't answer his phone call. I was doing something else that was important. And so I called back and he said, "Oh, thank you for calling me back. I didn't think you would call me back." And I said, "Well, I didn't know what the number was because my phone didn't say. So I usually don't answer those kind of calls. I will call back." So I called back and he said, "Gee whiz, can you meet me out here? I'm the electrical inspector and I want to take a look at this one building you got going because I see that somebody had pulled a permit on your building and you need to have those three things taken a look at by me so we can get it approved and I'll be done." So I said, "Sure, I'll be out there in about 10 minutes." So I drove out there and met the guy, really nice guy. I let him in. He saw what was done. We communicated quite well. And you have people who are holding positions that feel that they have authority over you, and of which they do. And so they can shut you down. They can red tag you on your job. They can make life difficult. And I see that happen, and it happens to me before. And it's usually not yourself, it's the person and his attitude. Maybe he's had a bad day. Maybe something hasn't gone right with his job, with his supervisor. So it can being tactful and not saying something, which is a good thing to do. It's, I think who's saying that, it's not saying anything and listening is the best way to go. One of the things I do know that if I do have problems, I let them know to start with that I'm them from my issue. And that is that they are not the problem. It's the company I'm talking with or talking about. And so I want them to be taken away out of that situation. It's not personal. It's about product or the situation I am there. So that way it starts us off on a much better situation as far as being able to communicate together. So I just, it's kind of, and like I say, when I call somebody in the company, I will tell them, "This is for you, Mr. Mad Hatter." Yeah, remove them from the company. They are there to help you, for sure. But the way I look at it is, let them know that it's not them personally. You want to work with the company. And I'm sure you know that. But they're doing their job. It's the company or the situation that's involved. And it usually goes along pretty well. So I try to keep every conversation as positive as I can. So when they do leave, they remember, "Gee whiz, that was a nice guy to talk with." And that's important to me. Thank you.
All right. That.
I love it. Thank you.
Right. And by the way, I'm not going to let you off the hook on the singing. So don't think you got away with that last night. Just
It'll
soon.
happen.
Yeah.
I don't know about soon, but it will happen.
Okay, well, as long as I'm still here for it, and I didn't get fired, that'd be good.
And what I'm going to
Singing it, driving, singing it. So once I sing it for everybody, then it'll leave my brain for a while. I've accomplished my goal.
All right. We'll look forward to that.
I missed John's last night. I wish I'd have heard that.
Yeah, some honeydews. I know. I got you. I didn't get you. Your wife got you, actually. All right. Now, we've had a couple people more join us that we'd kind of like to hear from if they'd like to speak. We've got 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝗳𝘂 in Israel, who's up at 4 a.m. to talk with us, 5 a.m. And then we've got Pedro Estrada.
Hi, everyone. I have to say hello to, I'm late today. I wanted to rest tonight, and I said to myself, I'm not coming. And I went to sleep, but the dog have already know that they have to wake up at 3 o'clock. So they start, wake me up, come up, you have to wake, come up. Every half 15 minutes they come again. The dog already know that they have to go to the show.
That's true. We wanted to just say we're glad your dogs got you awake. That's good stuff.
So I'm here.
All right. Thank you for being here. Before we go to John and Frank for a song, I'd like to hear from. Go ahead, Pedro.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me. I just came back from an outing that I had, or a recent meeting actually, but I didn't want to miss this important topic. Yeah, being tactful can go a long way in relationships and in getting things done. Just like Greg was saying, whatever you're doing, you want to accomplish something in the best way if you're in charge. I drove with either a bad day or a bad experience. Somebody with a bad attitude, if they didn't want to talk much, okay, I will talk less, but always try to discern what was on the mind. Question might cause a person to start acting in a way that they normally probably don't do. And that worked for me wonders. With someone who had an attitude, at the end of the conversation, they would be so happy and they will give me a great review. They, because of the attitude that, that I wouldn't display. I wouldn't get confrontational with anybody because I knew there was something going on. Whether it was whatever. But I said, maybe the app fails sometimes. So they would accept my approach, and like I say, never find fault with the person itself, but with the situation, because you want to get things done, and you don't want to get into personal things, too personal. Even though I love. But where they're coming from, the way they conduct themselves, and being, let's say, a long time, people still have in the back of their mind that this person has to be like this. Had to live here with others, and so you have to have a good attitude and learn from them a lot. I always learn from people. That's why I'm here tonight, and appreciate the opportunity, but never blame it on the person, blame it on the situation, because situations do happen that can alter the mood of people to act in a way that they normally wouldn't. So that's about it. I am sorry.
Your input very much. Thank you. We're getting close to that time when it's John Barilla and Frank Rowe time, if I'm not mistaken. Do we want to have any parting comments from anybody, or do we want to go right to the music? What we're gonna do is we end the live if that's okay, in the interest of copyright. We don't want to step on anybody's toes at all on the copyright situation. So that all being said, do I need to contact Chris or you are?
Oh, he knows. He's listening.
Oh, he's listening. All right. All right, Tarzan, if you would take us there. I think he just did it. We're on OConnect only now, and that was smooth, very smooth, if I might say. So we'd like to hear.
So who's first, Frank or John? What do you want, John? You can unmute. Sometimes he likes to have Frank go first.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to do the video first or what?
And what video is that?
Oh, Frank, or is he going to sing live for us tonight?
Oh, no, he's not live. It's video. We can do Frank's first if you like.
Well, it's up to you. I was going to say, so I want to say, I see Charlie. I want to say to Charlie, I am going to do a repeat of It's Not Unusual as soon as my voice is 100%. And you just have to keep showing up now. So no, I'm going to have to bring the tab up. Actually, I should have thought about it today. Maybe in another two. Yeah, I know you're going to keep coming back. So I'll do it for you. So whatever you want to do, Rob. You want to go? You want to play the video? Or you want me to go first? Up to you.
Okay.
Thank you. Do the closure.
Okay, yeah. I thought we had already shut off the live stream. We have not. So I'm glad we kept it kind of cool there. And I'm going to go on 3, Chris.
And we want to say thank you to the folks who are with us in YouTube. Thank you for joining us. If you would like to hear the singing, you'll need to come over to OConnect. And the link, the attendee link, is in the YouTube chat. Michael Chata is posted it there. I pinned it. So it's really easy for you to come on over. All righty. But thank you all for joining us. And we're going to stop the live stream on the count of 3.
All right, which would be 3, 2, 1.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody who watched us on Ustream. We stream. We all stream for ice cream. I don't.